Good evening, everybody. All right, nice summer day here in Pittsburgh. As a matter of fact, it's hot for Pittsburgh. Got up to 90 degrees to get today. All right, I guess we got everybody in. All right, we had a good day in the market in the sense that even though it didn't move very dramatically, it still didn't offset our doji of Friday, which could have been a weaker opener and taking us back to the T-line and telling us we were failing here. So the fact that they kept trading consistently positive now makes the probability of maybe coming out on a 45-degree fairly good. The NASDAQ has been much more indicative that the bulls are in control ever since they gapped through this trending area. Okay, I guess. Oh yeah, see, yeah. Everybody having problems with sound? Okay, no problem. All right. Oh, and the Mercury. Yes, the Mercury might be our project for the first night up at the lake. We may be going to pick up a Mercury. Okay, so the NASDAQ. The fact that even though the price or the markets didn't move very much today, it gave us a lot of opportunities, or continued the opportunities for a lot of charts that were having breakout situations. Go ahead and break out because there hasn't been any severe change of investor sentiment like Dish. But let's get back. Let me go through the other ones. The bond prices seem to be bottoming out and starting back up a little bit. Crude oil still moving up. It's up over, that's August crude up at a 106. Whoops, I can see I need to move the prices over here. There we go. Up to 106. Let's make these big enough where we can see them. Silver coming back up, staying above the T-line. More than likely bounce back up to this trajectory before they start seeing whether they can break through there or head it back down. The dollar, trying to base in here. I'm still long the Japanese yen. Oh, that's not a good chart. That's better. Let's make it big enough. Now wait right now to see where the see what they're doing this evening. But this may be a stutter step on the way up. Stochastic still heading up. And let's see what some of the other ones did. Cattle curling back up slowly. That's a good looking chart, as well as feeder cattle did a nice J hook. Probably going to be coming up here the 200-day moving average. And hogs just kind of bouncing around down here. Soybeans not really given any great direction. Starting back up a little bit. Wheat, whoops. Let's see, December wheat. Not tradable. Just doesn't have a, I mean, it's it's bouncing around, moving up and down too often to try to trade it. What else have I got to do? Let's see, corn. This is December corn. Another one that I wouldn't be trading right now, just bouncing around, not knowing which way to. If I did short feeder cattle last week, it was covered a good while ago, and I don't remember when. Unfortunately, I can't remember trades that I do yesterday, let alone last week. And let me see if cocoa is doing anything. Channel, sugar, trying to base. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot out there that looks all that exciting. Coffee, just flat as a doornail. I guess you don't get flat as a doornail, do you? You get flat as pancake. How's that? Yeah, I think cornfields, I think all of them, if the rains are across the nation like they are here in Pittsburgh, they're getting a good hard rain every 3 days, so it's making everything grow. All right, so now back to the markets. This is kind of giving us this indication that once we're back up above the T line, let's make this small enough. Moves up, pulls back, moves up, did a bigger pullback. But as long as it stays above the T line, you just have to stay long until you see a sell signal. And I think that's the mode we're in right now. Now, again, what that's doing is allowing patterns that we recognize to perform like they should, because there's really no fear in the investors that if they're starting to jump in with much more confidence, like Dish, that's why we recommended it this morning on a positive open. Vokes, like this because of the slow rounding curve and the gap to fill up here at this area. A good upside target. Scotty just continues to move along like it should out of a 45 degree. I suspect at some point they're going to come back up to this level, which is still a good hefty percentage away. And let's see, ESI, yeah, has a good looking chart. This rounding bottom, and this isn't an unusual chart pattern, to see a strong move sideways, get close to the 50. If they break through this level, which it looks like they could, because there's nothing here that's showing any bearish sentiment, there's a good possibility you've got another 12, 14 points to the upside on this one. The one before Scotty, Vokes. Slow rounding curve. And it's so that kind of leads us to one of our favorite jokes. Where do they put old Volkswagens? In the old Volks home. Oh man, I'm in the wrong business. Okay, CLDX. Nice J-hook pattern setup. It had a strong day, pulled back a little bit. But if this opens positive tomorrow, you definitely want to be buying this, because we've seen that they've broken out of this trend channel with a strong price move. Now we have a J-hook pattern, which means we're probably going to have the continuation of that strong price move. And the other one was CYTK. This one is still moving up nicely. It sagged a little bit today, but as long as it stays above the T line and stays in this trajectory, you want to hang on to this one. REGO, I've been making good money with options on this one ever since they bottomed it out. Again, wave 1, wave 2, going into wave 3. Wave 3 tells me that if they went from 40 to 75, we should be going from 63 to 98. If it gets above 90, it's going to 100. And TSRO, this one should be moving up nicely with a strong bullish engulfing left-right combo right here at the 50 and the T line and through the 20. That tells me, again, wave 1, wave 2, starting wave 3. Jamba. These are all obviously the ones that we've been recommending here recently, just kind of showing the reasons why we were recommending. Bullish Harami, gap up through the T line. Then you had this little pennant squeeze, and they broke it out to the upside. When you have that little pennant, and they move it one way or the other, that's a good indication that's the way they're going to move it, number one. Number two, they gapped it up through the T line. That's a good indication. Number three, they were bouncing off the 50. That's another good indication. So right now, with stochastic still heading up, I would think this one has the possibility that if it moved from 13 and a quarter to 17 and a quarter, 4 points, this one should move up into the $19, $20 range. And we'd see, we did the NXST, another one that's been very healthy. Once it broke through this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, now we got a kind of a little J-hook pattern that's telling us we're probably still heading up for some more. And LEDR, it's just a nice looking chart. It's low volume, but putting on small positions on this would not hurt. Would anticipate they could be breaking this out, possibly back up to the same trajectory of where it was, which would put you somewhere up in this area. All right, some other ones that look good right now. This is the type of thing that we're looking for. Is when they break out through these a breakout area, and you don't have any big fear in the market, this is the type of price moves you can get. So that's why we're looking at trades like this. ACAD, nice rounding bottom. We're right at the breakout area with a good strong signal. Stochastics coming up. If they break through here, observe the obvious. The obvious is we're in a trend channel. Where's the top of this trend channel? It's way up here somewhere, probably up in the $25, $27 range. So all boats are going to rise in a rising market. We want to find the boats that are going to move very fast in a rising market, because we're either in a rising market, a flat market, or a down market. When you're in a rising market, you want to find the things that are going to move the fastest, obviously, in the up market. Here's another slow curve on MNKD. Wouldn't be afraid to be buying this one. It's telling us they're moving it to positive. Stochastic still coming up. Another wave 1, wave 2 setup. If we go into wave 3, that's going to go another 4 points from here, or take you up into about the $11, $12 area. IMUU almost got on the recommended list because it had a perfect kind of cradle, say Morningstar type signal right off the T line. When you get to the T line and you can see they're trading very indecisively, look for the next positive move. All the indicators were we're in an uptrend. They pulled back to the support level. They couldn't take it down through the support level. That means the bears are going to give up and the bulls are going to be stepping in very soon. BV was another one that was just lollygagging sideways, but there was nothing to show that it wasn't. Oh, not this again. Pshaw. Maybe it's just this one. No. Well, for crying out loud. All right. Smoke them if you got them. At least we can, Pshaw. I don't know. Who said, somebody said Pshaw. That's got a lot of chrome on it. Can't drive a car unless it's got a lot of chrome on it. And a spare tire on the back end. All right, let's see what they did to our charts here. Okay. I'm doing the S dot. I don't know why this does it. It doesn't do it all day long. All right, let's take a look at some that we've already looked at because those will come up for some reason. It's the new ones. That's right. I do pay big bucks for this service. Anyways, let's go back to, this is why we liked Scotty in the first place, is because they did an inverted hammer, smack dab on the 50-day moving average, closed above the T-line, and they've never been able to close it back below the T-line. This is just the more information that we can put into our favor by knowing the probabilities of what should happen after a candlestick reversal signal. Inverted hammer has probably got the highest probabilities of all of them. But if you have an inverted hammer, especially in the oversold area, and right on a support level, if they open up positive, that tells you the bears are going to get out of the way. Very high probability you're going to be in an uptrend. And very simple stop loss. If this opens positive and goes this way, we know the probabilities are probably 95% or greater that it's going to go positive, which means if they all of a sudden turn this around and bring it back down to this level, you close it out immediately, because it's not going in the right direction. All right, let's sneak up on some of these. I do not have an answer for this. Try a few others. Huh. No, restart doesn't do any good. It's just there we go. All right, here's a good one. Again, anytime they start breaking out through these little downtrend, there's that Morningstar signal. Doji gap up with a close above the T-line. This one you definitely want to be looking at, because if you got a wave 1 here, wave 2, wave 3 could be another 5 points very quickly. All right, now let's try HTCH. There we go. Another Morningstar type signal right down here that closed above the T-line and the 50 and the 20. So you got a big bullish engulfing signal. Notice what you had here. About 2 weeks, 3 weeks of indecisive trading right on the 50. Now they've made their decision. If they move this one up, they're going to move it up that same magnitude as this move. Let's see, we're on BV. Was that, whoops, S.BV. Broke out through here, had a strong move. Notice where the strong move was. Right smack dab to the 200. Now the 200 is not acting in resistance. This is wave 1. Wave 3 should take you up at least into the $12 area. And let me see what else we got over here. BB Hitch. Well, that's right. That's why Hitch just broke out. Is that why I was showing MKTG? Morningstar also ready to break out. Oh, the solars. Solars all look good. There's JSO, little kicker type signal. This one you can be buying on positive trading after the kicker signal. You're going to get a lot more action again after a kicker signal. Doji gap up on JKS. CSIQ was a happy today. I think this was up 14% or so. There was a left-right combo. Expected it to move back up to the top of the trading channel, and it went through. So that means there's probably more upside. That now the resistance level is not acting as resistance. And TSL also very strong gap up through the resistance. Another gap up. This one you continue to hold until you see a sell signal. And First Solar did a gap up through the 50. Notice the little Morningstar signal right here on the T-line. Came up, test the 50, now told us the 50 is not acting as resistance. Where's the next target? Up here, because you got a wave one. Now it's going to come back up and test this level. So at least you got a 14% move just to see whether it's going to fail or not. And let's see, ONVO finally came up on this chart. No, it didn't. Now this one was one that broke out. You want to stay long. And AMCC, this little pattern right here is just indicative that indecision, then the scoop type setup. If they break out, they're going to go up higher. One of the reasons we were kind of recommending this, that little scoop type pattern, if they broke out, they were going to go up higher. And YY. Oh, we were doing so well. Oh, Pshaw. All right. Try it. I don't even think the S.S is working. No, it's just the feed. I don't know why this happens. As I say, it works fine all day long. Sam, I just talked with Jeff Gibby not an hour ago. They're working on their formula to put into the system for the fry pan bottom. That's the one they're having trouble with. I sent them your formula. I don't know if they're ignoring it. Another 6 volt, yeah. Okay, now what's happening here? Oh, that was ICA average hourly earnings. That's just great. There we go. There's that little little J-hook pattern. If this gets up to the, I say if, this is when I'd be buying tomorrow because where's the logical target? Right up here to the 50. Now the pattern looks like it's a good pattern that could go through the 50. So why would I be buying if it might stall at the 50? Because I think it's got a good enough strength to go wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 through the 50, which means if it goes through the 50, it's going to the 200. So why would I buy before it gets to the 50? Because if I buy and it goes up to the 50 and fails, I'm already positive. So I know that the probability that going to the 50 is fairly strong. So I'm buying. If it fails at the 50, I'm back out with probably a little bit of a profit. But if it goes through the 50, which it should, so I'm buying here just because I know that even if it fails, I'm going to end up with a little positive trade. Not concerned as far as this one being an ADR because look how close it trades to each other. Now, there's a lot of ADRs that look like they gap every day. Those are the ones that are hard to kind of follow other than the trend itself. SUNE, another one that, I mean, it's just so obvious that we've gone through a wave 1, a wave 2. Now they got that slow curve breaking out wave 3. And notice how they did it. They came up through, broke out yesterday, came back, and then they opened it right back up positive. This told me there was profit taking, either profit taking or failure. If it opened lower, it was a failure. If it opened positive, it was a profit taking, and the bulls were right back there. That meant they were going higher. Let's see. Did I do AMCC? Yes, that little hook. Let's see, we couldn't get through the YY. I was showing this one because got a strong price move, kicker signal, doji, strong price move, that doji sandwich, which carries you way up into the wave 3. SPRT. doji sandwich that took us out through this level. So once they've broken out through this level, notice the energy there is. It's usually a good, strong price move, even bigger than the first half of the doji sandwich. But it also confirms that this level is not acting as resistance. Wave 1, Wave 2, starting Wave 3. Not starting, but well into Wave 3. Doji sandwich, breakout to the upside. This one's got more upside. Just due to the fact that most doji sandwiches are usually followed with more buying. UVE, just a very nice fry pan bottom, and where are we? Doji, 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 confirmation, and we're sitting right here at the breakout level. This one, you definitely want to be a buyer if it opens positive tomorrow, and just use the halfway point of this candle as your stop. If they open this positive, they should be breaking it out. It shouldn't come back in this direction. Let's see, TSRX. Oh, that one was also, no, we won't look at this. That one's also showing the doji sandwich setup. Tells you there's going to be more upside. And PGNX. I had a point to show on this one. I guess it was still this breakout, that once they break out through these little scoop type J-hook pattern, that you're going to get a good slingshot effect coming up the other side. Okay, that's about all I've got tonight. Just as long as this market doesn't show any, now there's going to be some backing and filling, but not a reversal just yet. We haven't seen anything real exuberant up here. So they're just kind of tiptoeing around here at the resistance level. The doji type day in the Dow make it very simple. They're going to move it in the direction how they open it tomorrow. If they open it positive, they're breaking out. If they're opening it negative, you're probably set up for a J-hook pattern. Yeah, the T-line is the 8 exponential moving average, just very simple. If you see a candlestick buy signal and a close above the T-line, you stay long until you see a candlestick sell signal and a close back below the T-line. All right, let's see. Do we have any questions? Not individual stocks until the double line, just questions. When do you wait for the T-line cross or price confirm after a doji gap up in the oversold position, or act on the gap immediately? Act on the gap immediately. The number one criteria is the signal. So if I see a bullish signal in the oversold area and it opens positive the next day, even though it's below the T-line, I'm acting on the signal confirmation. Then I get further confirmation once they close it above the T-line. Now, I saw this, and then the next day it started failing and closed halfway down this candle. That told me the T-line was still in effect. Get back out of the trade. Not double line yet. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, okay. Let's see. No. What is a doji sandwich? Doji sandwich was some of those last ones that we were showing. Doji sandwich is a strong price move and then a doji day. If they open up positive, it means you're usually going to have another strong price move, the same magnitude as this day right here. So, number one, that's good for day trading. Number two, if you see it occurring, forget where we saw some occurring right at the breakout level. Oh, pshaw, I'll find it. No. That's where we were starting. We'll see some here before too long. But if you see a doji sandwich setting up where the doji is right on a resistance level and they open up positive the next day, that tells you you're going to probably have a doji sandwich if the day before it was pretty strong, number one. And number two, it's telling you that the T-line's not acting as resistance anymore. And if it's a doji sandwich day, well, here's one. There was a strong day, there was a doji. And notice where the doji occurred, right here at the recent peak. Very simple rule of the doji. The price is going to move in the direction of how they open it after a doji. So if they open it positive, there's a good probability the magnitude of this day is going to be somewhat the same magnitude as this day right here. So you got a big day, a doji in between, another big day, or a doji sandwich. And so if you see that occurring right at a breakout level, it just gives you more emphasis or more evidence that the breakout is occurring because everything's setting up as a double or a doji sandwich. That is, this day is going to be a strong day just like this. And if this is a strong day, that means they're not staying anywhere close to the resistance level anymore. If the Dow opens down, will you go short or wait? No, I won't be going short because we still have this criteria right here. As long as it stays above the T-line, you stay long. So that means we got some leeway. We can let it come all the way back. Now, there might be some individual stocks I'll close out, but I won't necessarily go short because this right now there isn't anything unless we see a severe sell signal. And a severe sell signal to me would be they gap it up tomorrow, and then they start bringing it back down into a big bearish engulfing signal. Something like that tells you that the game's over. A doji sandwich is 3 candles, not 5. Yes. A bullish candle, a doji, a bullish candle. What one was what do we have today that people were concerned about? Let's see. I'll think of it. I know it began with an S. Oh, what was I? Now I forgot the reason I was looking at. All right. I can't remember what I was even looking for. That's what you get for drinking this early in the evening. Okay, Jim, go ahead and do the double line. Oh, way down there. Okay. I missed a lot. No. All right, Jim, do the second double line. Well, everything scrolled so fast, I don't even know where I am. I see I missed a whole lot of questions. All right. KOLD. KOLD. Pro shares ultra short. Natural gas. Apparently, natural gas is heading up. Trying to base in here. So KOLD. I'd be ready to go short if this opens weaker tomorrow. Oops, now everybody's scrolled right. It's right. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, shuzzbutts, I can't even get this to MPWR. What the heck am I doing? MPWR. There's that doji sandwich right at the breakout. Continue to stay long on this one. FDML, one of the auto parts stores. This one you want to be buying. That's a nice slow curve breaking out into new territory. Maxim. This one, you stay long, but it needs to open positive tomorrow. If it opens lower, it means it's coming back to test the T-line and do kind of a T-line crunch. VNDA, this one you stay long as it stays above the T-line. And Reggie, get ready for the cup and handle. If this opens positive tomorrow, you want to be buying immediately. There you have a doji sandwich, moving above the T-line, doing a cup and handle type setup. This could be the slingshot effect that gets it moving pretty strong. Oh, boy. UNXL did kind of a head fake today. They spurted it up and then brought it back down. To me, this tells me we're still in this big fry pan bottom. You probably don't want to do anything with this until it gets near the top of the fry pan bottom area. NIHD, this one you continue to hold until you see a sell signal. BGFV, stay long. This one's nice steady uptrend, or not a steady uptrend, a good strong uptrend. And Joy, another one where all you can do is stay long. You definitely want to see a positive open tomorrow. Lower open means they're coming back to test the T-line. And game broke out nicely. That's a good looking chart. Google, stay long. This one, if this opens positive tomorrow, you really want to be buying, because that tells you you're not going to be resisting anymore at that level. Athen, whoa, what a breakout that was. Notice where it came from. The inverted hammer right off the 200. Came up strong, and bam-o. Again, you're not going to catch all of them, but if you keep trading the candlestick patterns, you're going to be in a lot of them where the upside is big. At least the candlestick signals put you in situations where the probabilities put you in the right direction. SPWR, little doji shooting star up here. I would use yesterday's or Friday's close as my stop. It shouldn't come back down through that level. DDD started up a little bit today. This one you definitely want to be buying on a positive open. If they break through this level, and this is your perfect wave 1, wave 2 that's held right on the 50. Now it just needs to break out through here. When it does, it's going to run. Oh, boy, I don't know whether I can get the maybe I can, just by doing it. No, I'll have to get VVI was supposed to get all those symbols. I will do that. I got to write that down right now. I keep forgetting. Get Forex symbols. I had them written on my desktop here one time, and then I went to the next month. TSU, this one you can be buying. I wouldn't be going after it real aggressively until it breaks through this downtrending channel. And notice how you're getting up toward the overbought area, which tells me that by the time you get to the 50, you're probably going to be spent on your stochastics. VNDA, this one you stay long as it stays above the T line. SCRC, oh, John, that might be a lap. Radio Shack, that's a nice reversal. Big hammer, bullish confirmation. You can buy in positive trading because that would be breaking this downtrending channel. SLF. I would take profits if it opens lower tomorrow. This one's a perfect example of a doji shooting star. It's going to move in the direction of how they open this one tomorrow. EVC, stay long as it stays above the T line. We did BV. BV's, S.BV. This one's got a nice little breakout chart. This one you want to be buying, figuring you're going into wave 3. GLD, S.GLD, well, S.GLD. This one you stay long as it stays up above the T line. I would anticipate it's heading for the 50, which is this downtrending channel. Goldman, stay long. It's got that little mini scoop type pattern setup. Stay long as it doesn't show a sell signal. Tesla, just stay long as this stays above the T line. You did a dark cloud today, but you're still above the T line. Just got to give the trend the benefit of the doubt right now. A confirmed sell signal would be a close back below the T line. MYGN, another one where you could stay long. However, you're up in the overbought area. You did a hanging man signal. This needs to open positive and trade positive to stay in it. I would use today's low as a stop. If it comes back down through there, they're confirming the hanging man. OPK, did a little dark cloud also. I would rather buy this at 755, knowing that it broke through the upside of this this curve. MWE, left-right combo. If this opens positive, it'll be breaking this downward trend channel after a strong bullish signal. Then it's when you want to be buying. Trip, you stay short until you see a buy signal and a close above the T line. CSOD, left-right combo. This one has to open positive and trade positive to stay in it. If it opens lower, close out the position. Basically, will tell you that they're coming back down through the T line, double top. Seco, another one where you just, this one is going to tell you which direction they're going to take it on how they open it. If they open it lower, they're coming back to test the T line. AT, obvious fry pan bottom, getting close enough to the resistance level that I'd rather pay for it right up here, knowing that it broke out through the resistance. THRX looks soggy all day long, but then closed near the high end of the trading range. This one, as long as it's above the T line, you want to stay long. MTG, just as flat as a pancake, but I think, did this do a left-right combo today? I can tell. It opened, but closed out. No, did a bearish. This one, if it opens lower, close out the position. You're flat. It needs to break out above the 650 level to be in this one. And Disco, left-right combo coming out of a fry pan bottom. This one you can be buying on positive trading. Make sure your volume's good. CELG, Another one that, yeah, just stay long as you just probably stay up above. I'd use this point right here as my stop. I wouldn't want to see it come back down through there. Array, nice breakout. This one you can be buying using today's halfway point as your stop. Sand got soggy today, but it stayed above the T line. But it has to open positive tomorrow to stay in it. We did JSO S.CLF. This one I wouldn't be long or short right now until it breaks through this downward trend channel. A lot of times you're going to see some buy signals, but if they're in a downward trend channel, you probably want to play with something else that doesn't have a big resistance factor to get through. CNO pulling back very indecisively after the doji gap up. So if this opened lower, I would close out the position. Then I'd just put a buy stop up here. If it all of a sudden turned around and came up through, I'd be back in it. But the probability say right now, they're probably taking it back down to the T line. USO, stay long. RDN, it wouldn't be long or short this one. That's about as flat as you can get. MasterCard, that's milk. MasterCard is in a very slow uptrend, but it's so slow, there's no percentage returns here. Another one that I'd let the institutions just hang on to this. I wouldn't be trading it. How many stocks do you recommend at a time as a max for your trading portfolio? Usually I only have in any one portfolio, if it's a small portfolio, 8. If it's a large portfolio, 12, maybe 14 if it's over a couple million. On average, I want 10 positions, all equal dollar amount. Because there's 2 reasons for that. One, if you've got 25 positions in your portfolio, number one, it takes you a good while to analyze, not a good while, but it may take you more time than you want to be spending analyzing your existing positions. Plus, if you get lazy, you say, I'm not going to worry about it because if something bad happens to one of my positions, it's only 4% of my portfolio. It's not going to matter much one way or the other. On the other hand, if you've got 25 positions in your portfolio, most people can't handle, analysts on Wall Street can't analyze 8 companies at a time with any great success. You're fooling yourself if you think you could follow 25 stocks. And if you want 25 stocks in your portfolio, you might as well just go buy a mutual fund. Let professionals manage it. If you only have 10 positions in your portfolio, each position isn't big enough that if something drastic happens, it's going to kill your portfolio. But each position is big enough that it's going to affect your return. So the position is small enough that it's not going to kill you, but they're big enough that you want to pay attention to each one. So at the end of each day, I can go through 10 positions fairly quickly and decide which ones I want to get rid of the next day or if they do this or that. And I've already done my search where I've found 2 or 3 real good ones. But if I've got one that's kind of iffy, I can just close it out and move into something better. Unfortunately, with the commodity trading, JJ, commodity trades aren't any different than stock trades. The charts all look the same. So the only difference is the type of trading or the type of how you buy it. That you're not buying a set amount at a price. You're buying a contract and with a particular amount of margin. What suggestions do you have to set up trades pre-market open to manage risk? I'm in Australia. Pre-market, a lot of the times you can still see where they're bidding and asking on the over-the-counter stocks, which really doesn't matter all that much until about 5 minutes before the market opens. That's when you'll see the big boys start coming in and telling you what they're really wanting to do. So the pre-market is just a benefit of knowing that if it needs to open positive the next day to hang on to it, that you can see whether they're trading up or trading down. So if you see the next day they're trading down after the doji of the previous day, you know pretty much you want to get ready to sell it on the open. You don't want to be able to add or remove, Sam. Once you decide you're going to have 10 stocks in your portfolio, keep it at 10. Because the whole reason that most of us do not make money is because we rationalize. If we've got 10 good positions and then another one looks good, we'll buy that other one. But that means if we pay less attention to which one in our portfolio should we be getting rid of that might be iffy to go buy that 11th position. I'd rather stick to the discipline saying if I really like this new position, which position in my portfolio should I get rid of? That makes me scrutinize what each chart is telling me that much more vigilantly. That means you're selling naked. Not most of the time. I usually at least have my bathing suit on. How do you trade a vertical option? My broker refuses to sell a call option unless I have the underlying stock. If you're buying, Harry, if you're buying the 30s and you're selling the 35s, that's a vertical. There's no risk there other than 5 points maximum. And it's no, no, there's no risk at all as far as the broker is concerned, because if you're buying the 30 and you're selling the 35s, if the prices go up, the 30s are going to go up as well as the 35s. I would change brokers if they don't understand how to do a spread. Reggie, I'd be buying, what did it close today? I'd even be buying this tomorrow on anything above probably 1460, up near the top end of the trading range. If it opens positive, you want to start buying it. Okay. Yeah, if you're buying Google, that means you want to be using the options unless you're making a lot more money or putting a lot more money. Okay, hold on for a second. Whoops. My cap locks are on. Yeah, vertical spreads are probably something you probably want to use in option trading, probably about 60-70% of your trades. Let's see. All right. Jay, how do you decide which up segment is wave one when you have multiple pullbacks? Oh, only just by generally saying, all right, let me make this chart. What is this, Reggie? If I'm looking at this chart, I'm anticipating we're coming out of a wave that if this got going, we'd be in the next wave. So how strong is our first wave? Well, it could be this strong, or where did it really kind of start in this last move right here? So all I'm looking for is something that tells me I've got a significant move to put me up into wave 3. Is wave 3 this magnitude, or is this wave 3 this magnitude? That I don't know. For all I know is if this is, even if this wave 3, that tells me I've got a profitable trade. And then the Japanese rice traders say, let the market tell you what the market is doing. Well, in this case, it's telling us they move up, they pull back, move up, pull back, move up, pull back. So right now I would anticipate if they're going to move up, there are probably going to be some pullbacks. Okay, I've got to get upstairs. Hate to cut this off early, but I've had the severe problem of the neighbors across the street who've been our neighbors for 50 some odd years are having to sell their house, and they're having complaints that there's too many cars sitting in the yard across the roads, across the street. So I've got to move cars around and hide them. So I'm borrowing people's driveways for the night. So with that, everybody, we'll see you in the chat rooms tomorrow.